Good day and welcome to this grow along video where we're sowing lettuce and parsley. This is our first sowing of lettuce for this season, but our second sowing of parsley. You may remember in January we sowed some Italian giant of Italy parsley, and that hasn't germinated as yet. But now we're sowing one called Paravert, which is a curly leaf parsley. The giant of Italy is a really big leaf and a big stem. The Paravert is a smaller variety and the leaves are all curled. So very much like English parsley. In fact, English parsley, even though it's called Paravert. The two varieties of lettuce that we're going to be sowing are Amish deer tongue and Burpee's Iceberg. Now we're sowing the Amish deer tongue because we grow Amish paste tomatoes. So when I saw a variety called Amish deer tongue, I could not grow it, if you see what I mean. So that's the first time for us this year. So fingers crossed. The second, Burpee's Iceberg, a sort of similar reason for us doing that. We love Burpee's golden beetroots. So when I saw Burpee's Iceberg, I thought, yeah, I'll give that a go. Now, Burpee's in America is a huge seed company, I understand. And I think one or two of our subscribers actually work for Burpee's. So it'll be interesting to see how these do. These are just going to be sown into seed trays and will stay in the polytunnel for the time being. In fact, let me show you the seeds. These are the Burpee's Iceberg. As you can see, quite fine seeds. Amish deer tongue, obviously the same shape but a lot darker. This is the Paravert parsley. Parsley is a member of the carrot family. We're going to be using this seed tray, just filling it up with compost. As we've done with other seeds, we're going to be splitting this into 3 and sowing all of those seeds, or not all of those seeds, but 3 varieties of seeds, the 2 lettuce and the parsley in here. So just flatten it down, and then I'm using another seed tray just to tamp it down and compress the soil a bit, the compost a bit. Now when you're sowing lettuce seeds, make sure you do sow thinly. I find they usually germinate well and you end up with an awful lot of plants. So I'm really only going to sow maybe 12 or 14 seeds of each variety. That was the Burpee's Iceberg. Now I'll do the Amish deer tongue. Which are darker so you can't see them as well. Again, just spreading them out. The rest goes back into the packet. And now the Paravert parsley. Again, thinly, not too many seeds, especially if you're looking at successional sowing. I'm just going to tap them down with my finger. Then I've got Burpees. I put the names on the label so I know anything from there that way is Burpees Golden. Not Burpees Golden, Burpees Iceberg. I'm thinking of the beetroot. Anything in the middle there is Amish deer tongue, and anything at the end here is the parsley. That one doesn't want to go in. That's all right. And then let's just put about 1 centimetre of compost on top. Bit of wood there. And then again, as we did before, press down. Make sure all of those seeds are well in contact with the compost. It's from the compost that they'll pick up their moisture. So you want to make sure that they're well in contact. Right, now a little water. Again, this is just a hand wash bottle that I wash out. I find it squirts quite well. That is job done. So that's 2 varieties of lettuce and the curly leafed parsley now sown. With the curly leaf parsley, we may prick those out, or we may just cut those up into blocks like we're going to do with the others and plant them out as little module plantlets when we do plant them out into the allotment, which will most probably be 6 to 8 weeks away. With the lettuce, I will actually be pricking those lettuce out and then putting them into modules like you've seen us use for seed sowing previously. And we'll do that process with you when we actually get to that point so that you understand what pricking out is. I'm sure many of you already know that, but for those of you who may be new, it will give you an understanding of what pricking out actually means and why we do it. So I hope these are going to germinate in the next sort of 3 to 4 weeks, with the weather not being as cold going forward as it has been over the past 6 weeks. I hope that that will be the case. We'll keep them in the polytunnel for the time being. They will be covered at night, but as I've said, that's just for mice, to keep mice off. And once they have germinated, I will be making sure particularly that the propagator lid that we have on top is off during the day, because I don't want any of these to get too warm whilst germinating. You hear quite a bit about certain things that need warmth to germinate. Though these don't like cold, they don't actually need a great deal of warmth to germinate. And being in the polytunnel, in a cold frame, in a greenhouse, or under a propagator lid in a shelter place outside will be fine for them for the time being. The soil I will keep moist but not wet. That's really important. Wet soil can rot seeds, and you certainly don't want that to happen. So right, we'll pick up with these another day once they've germinated, and I'll see you again for another grow along video very soon. Bye.